So, you want to learn how to make an authentic pad thai? Let's do it. So if we're going to make a pad thai, we're going to need some ingredients. Let's start with the pad thai sauce. For that, we need 4 main ingredients. We need palm sugar, we need fish sauce, we need tamarind concentrate, and we need red chili flakes. The chili flakes are optional. Add a little bit of heat. If you don't like it too spicy, you can leave them out, but I think they'll add a really nice flavour as well. So we're going to start off by popping our pan on the heat here a little bit, put it to like a medium to high heat, and then we're going to start by taking our palm sugar. Let's take it out of the packet, add it to the pan. So I'm making quite a lot here. We're not making one portion's worth, making quite a bit. So what we're going to do is going to make the sauce, and we're going to put it in a jar, and we can store it in the fridge for up to about 6 to 8 weeks. So anytime you feel like making a pad thai, you don't have to make the sauce from scratch. You can just take it out of the fridge and use what you've got. Okay, so we add all that palm sugar in there. Okay, there we go. Now what we're going to do is going to melt the palm sugar down, and then once it's melted we'll add our other ingredients. Just grab a little spatula. Okay. Turn the heat down just a little bit, don't want it to burn, just want it to melt. There we go. As you can see, it's got a nice little texture there, it's melting away nicely. Okay, so now that's melted, what we're going to do is add our tamarind concentrate. Now we don't add too much of this, quite strong. Probably about a tablespoon, just over a tablespoon will do. We'll take 1 tablespoon here and add that. Just a little bit more. There we go. Add that to our palm sugar. And then we want to add our fish sauce. We're going to add a decent amount of fish sauce to this. There we go. These are the bottles. Okay, so this is going to add kind of our salty flavour into this. So the tamarind, kind of the palm sugar brings out kind of the sweet flavour. The tamarind is that sour note, and our fish sauce is our salt. There we go. And then for a little bit of heat, we're going to add in our red chili flakes. Not too many. There we go. Bit of a stir. Gonna heat it through a little bit just so it combines nicely. Okay, once that's all combined, we're going to pop that into a jar. And there you have it. That is our pad thai sauce. Like I said, this will keep in the fridge for up to 6 weeks, so you can put it in there, and anytime you feel like making a pad thai, whip some out, use it, and put it back in the fridge. Nice and handy. Right, so now that we've made our pad thai sauce, onto the actual pad thai itself. So the ingredients for that, we're going to need some pressed tofu. So this one's got a bit of a 5-spice mix in there as well, add a bit of extra flavour, but you can just use plain pressed tofu. Try not to use the fresh stuff because that'll just crumble. So what you want is the pressed stuff. You can normally get this, you can pick it up in your supermarket on the Asian section, or actually you can get it in your Asian grocers. We're going to need some bean sprouts, fresh bean sprouts. We've got some jumbo tiger prawns. We've got some dried shrimp here. This is quite difficult to get a hold of in your supermarkets, but you should be able to get a hold of it either online or at your local Asian grocer. We need some Asian garlic chives. Again, these you can pick up at your Asian grocers or order them online. Not sure if you'll get them in your local supermarket, but you never know. And you need some sweetened dried radish. Again, pick this up at your local Asian grocer. You're going to need some crushed unsalted peanuts. So just, if you can't get hold of unsalted ones, just get some salted peanuts, wash them, dry them, and then crush them. But you should be able to get hold of some unsalted ones in the supermarket. You're going to need some eggs, 1 or 2. You're going to need some noodles, some pad thai noodles. So what I've done here is I've already boiled these in boiling water for 5 minutes, and now I'm just keeping them in cold water just to keep them soft and loose, so we can add them straight to our pad thai when it's ready to go. We're going to need a couple of lime wedges, obviously our pad thai sauce, and a little bit of oil. Okay, so in order to make the pad thai, we've got, what you're going to need is to put on a nice hot wok. I haven't actually got a wok, so what I'm using here is a cast iron balti, but it's effectively the same thing, similar shape to a wok. It retains the heat really well, but obviously if you've got a wok, great, use a wok. One tip I will say is when you're making a pad thai, when you get to the actual cooking of it, everything happens really quickly. So make sure you've got all your ingredients cut and chopped and ready to go. You don't want to be cutting and chopping in the middle of making your pad thai because everything happens so fast. So have everything prepped, ready to go, and then you can crack on with making your pad thai. Okay, so I've had this on the heat now for a couple of minutes. It's looking nice and hot. Okay, so what we're going to do, okay, let's start, is we're going to add in a bit of oil. Okay, that's smoking away. Okay, put it all around. So we're going to start by adding our tofu, and we're just going to fry that off slightly. Crisp that up. There we go. Let that crisp up in the oil there. So tofu is one of those things which in itself it doesn't have a lot of flavour, more of a texture thing, but actually it's a great flavour absorber. So all the flavours we're going to put into this pad thai, the tofu is going to soak those up, so we'll end up with really flavoursome. But in and of itself it's not got much flavour, but yeah, it will soak up all those flavours and have a lovely texture within the pad thai. Okay, so that's now starting to crisp up. So we're going to go in with our dried shrimp. We don't want to put all of it in, we're going to save a little bit for garnish. So we'll put most of it in here, and we'll just save a little bit for our garnish in a little while. And we're going to put in our sweetened radish as well. There we go. Okay, you can see that's happening, everything's happening really quickly. Okay, we're going to pop in our prawns. Prawns go in. So these prawns here now, these are already actually cooked, so we don't want to cook them too much. We just want to warm them through a little bit. If you've got prawns that aren't cooked, you'll have to do obviously for a little bit longer, but these ones are already cooked. Right, so there are the prawns. Warming through, and then we're going to go in with our noodles. Touch. Drain most of these off. In here, there we go. Add them to our pad thai. Don't worry if you get a little bit of the water obviously in there as well. That will help stop the pad thai noodles sticking to your wok. There we go. In there you go. I'm going to give that a good mix. Okay, we'll make sure our wok is on a nice high heat. We don't want this to cool down too much, otherwise everything's going to start getting soggy. So make sure you keep the heat nice and high on that wok. And then we're going to go in with our pad thai sauce. Probably add about 3 or 4 tablespoons of this. Go. Alright, give that a good mix. You can really smell those flavours coming together now. That dried shrimp, the pad thai sauce, and So that's cooking away nicely. Right. In with our final few ingredients, we're going to put in our garlic chives. Again, don't put them all in. We're going to save a few for a garnish. Same with the bean sprouts. Most of them in there, but not all. Save a few for garnish. Okay, and that is almost ready to go. We just need to add in our peanuts. Again, leaving a few for our garnish in the end. Nearly there. And then for our final little flourish, just grab. I'm just going to move everything here to one side a little bit. And then I'm going to take a couple of eggs. A little bit of oil, so eggs don't stick. One egg. Two eggs. Oh, let's give them a bit of a mix in here. Okay. I'm going to give them a bit of a mix around. That's it. Stir them through the pad thai. And there you have it. One authentic pad thai. Okay, now for the all-important taste test. Let's take our lime here and just squeeze it all around. There we go. That's so good. You got the crunchiness of the peanuts, you got the freshness of the bean sprouts, hot, sour, sweet notes. Absolutely spot on. Take some of that. Absolute perfection. If you've enjoyed watching this recipe, please click the like button below, and please don't forget to subscribe so you can come back for more amazing recipes that have been cooked to perfection. And I'll see you next time.